Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Children's Church. Welcome back to our classroom. We get to talk in here today. We are still talking about 2 Peter 1:5 through 7. And today we are talking about add to your self-control, which we talked about Daniel having last week, perseverance. And today we are talking about one of the most perseverant characters in the Bible. You might recognize his boats sitting here. We are talking about the one and only Noah. Now, God told Noah to build an ark. He told him all the dimensions, 20 cubits by 80 cubits, which is archaic measurements that are very, very big. It was a very big boat. And it took him 100 years. Do you guys know that? Did they tell you that part of the story? For 100 years, everyone told Noah, "You're crazy. It's never even rained before, and it's gonna flood. You're crazy. You're crazy." And even his family were a little like, "Dad, are you sure? Are you really sure?" And Noah said, "I heard from God." And for 100 years, people told him he was foolish, that they would never happen. They called him all sorts of names, and Noah built his ark. He brought on the animals, 2 by 2 by 2, and he filled up the ark. And when the day came, the rain started to pour down. And all the people realized he was right. And God sealed the doors of the ark, and it began to float. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. That's more than a month. If it started raining today, it wouldn't be done raining until Halloween. That's how long he was in this big boat he spent 100 years making. But they persevered, and they waited, and they believed God. And at the end of the 40 days, the rain stopped, and they sent out a dove, and then it came back. And then they sent out another dove a few days later, and it came back. And finally one came back with a little branch from an olive tree, which in the Bible refers to peace. And they knew that there was land somewhere nearby. And finally they sent out the dove, and it didn't come back. And that's when they knew it was safe to get out of the boat. Now, they weren't just on the boat for 40 days and 40 nights. They were on it for almost 100. 100 years building, and then 100 days on a boat with all those animals. Remember, they came on 2 by 2. One of every kind, so they would still exist. And they spent all that time on there, but Noah never lost faith. And at the end of it all, God showed them a rainbow as a promise that he would never flood the earth again. So I want you, every time you see a rainbow, to 1, remember God's promise. And 2, remember how hard Noah persevered, even though everyone else told him he shouldn't. All right, we're going to talk next week about one more, I think. Maybe 2 more. I haven't decided. I might roll them into one lesson, but we're almost done with 2 Peter 1:5. And I'm going to leave you guys with a little song, and then check back for a link for some paper activities. Ready? The Lord told Noah, there's going to be a floody, floody. Lord told Noah, there's going to be a floody, floody. Get those children out of the muddy, muddy children of the Lord. The animals, they came on by twosies, twosies. Animals, they came on by twosies, twosies. Elephants and kangaroosies, roosies, children of the Lord. It rained and poured for 40 long days. These daisies rained and poured for 40 long days. These daisies drove those animals, mighty crazies, crazies, children of the Lord. The sun came out and dried up the landy, landy. Sun came out and dried up the landy, landy. Everything was fine and dandy, dandy, children of the Lord. And that's my favorite song to remember the story of Noah. It's Pastor Barbara's too, so next time you see her, sing it for her, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye!